Good day everyone. Welcome back to JVS Wiki. In today's video, I will show you exactly how to download and install SQL Server 2025 step by step. So, if you're a beginner, a DBA, a developer, or someone just setting up a new lab machine, this video will help you get SQL Server 2025 installed the right way without any confusion. It will start from official Microsoft download page, download the installation files, walk through the SQL Server Installation Center, configure the instance, and finally verify that the installation is working. And at the end, I will also show you how to connect to the server using SQL Server Management Studio, which is the tool most of us use to manage SQL Server. We will cover five things. Yeah, how to download the official SQL Server 2025 installer, how to download the installation media if you want a full setup source, how to install SQL Server 2025 step by step, how to verify the installation after setup completes, and finally, how to install SQL Server Management Studio and then connect to the SQL Server 2025 instance we installed. I've searched for SQL Server 2025 Developer Edition download in Bing, and I'm able to see that this particular link as the first one. Yeah, so I will click on that. I see this page, so scroll down, and then you have get started with SQL Server on premises or in the cloud. So I will click on this one, SQL Server 2025 on premises. So let's wait for the page to load. It is loaded now. So you need to provide the required details here. What I'll do is I will provide the required details and then click on download now. I have provided all the required details. So let's click on download now. I see this particular option here. Let me click on the 64-bit edition. And then you are seeing this file getting downloaded. Let's click on open file. As soon as I open that file, I'm seeing this one here. Yeah. So what I'll do is I will click on download media here, and then I will click on download. Yeah. So it's going to take some time. It's close to 1.2 GB. So let's wait for it to download and then we'll take it from there. It's downloaded now. So what I'll do is I will copy the ISO file and put it in location, and then we'll take it from there. Cool. I've placed that ISO file in my C drive temp SQL 2025 location. So now what I'll do is I will right click on this. Yeah. And then one thing is if you have say 7-zip or something, then you can extract it. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click on that and then click on mount here. Okay. So as soon as I clicked on mount, it is showing as D drive SQL 2025. So what you can do is you can either copy it and then keep it in a location. If you want to reuse it, you can do that. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click on it and then click on run as administrator. So let's wait for it. So if you see here, I have the installation center, the SQL Server installation center file here. Yep. So what I'll do first is I will click on installation and then click on this new SQL Server standalone installation or add features. Cool. I have the rules all passed through. Yeah. So let's click on next. And then I will do a perform new installation of SQL 2025. Click on next. So yeah, we have the option here, specify a free edition. Yeah. So we have these options here, evaluation, enterprise developer, standard developer, and then express. Yeah. So one issue that we used to get before itself is we used to use developer edition on the testing machine, and then when we go on to the production, there is a possibility people might have installed standard, and there might be some issues. Yeah, because the developer edition in previous editions used to be like mimicking your enterprise edition. So you will get everything as far as SQL Server is concerned in an enterprise edition, and now you have a developer edition, so that means like anything and everything in enterprise will be there in developer. But when you install standard on the production, and then whatever you have done, the testing and things like that, it wouldn't be same as far as the standard is concerned. So to avoid that, we have this option here. You can select either enterprise developer or standard developer. For example, if I'm going to do the testing for a production server that would have enterprise edition, then I will use the enterprise developer in my test machine. In case if my production is gonna have standard developer, then I will use standard developer in my testing machine. So just to make sure it is all same. Yeah. So this for this one, I will select enterprise developer and then click on next. I will accept the terms here. Click on next. So this is like Azure extension for SQL Server. It is basically to connect the instance to Azure for centralized management, such as the PPA assessment, automated backups, and things like that. For this demo, I'm not going to use that, so I will uncheck that and then click on next. And what I'll do is like I will select the required things here. I'll select everything except the analysis services and integration services. I don't need those two. So it's a lab machine, so I'm going with C drive. But in case if it is going to be a development server or production server and you have separate drives, then I would highly recommend you guys to utilize proper drive letters here. Yep. Click on next. Okay, so now if you see here, it basically tells me like Polybase can be installed on only one SQL Server instance per computer. That means like Polybase, I already have it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to uncheck that. But if you guys are gonna use that, then be sure to check that. Yeah. So it's going to be only one Polybase query service per server. Okay. So let's click on next. I will have a named instance and I will name it as IN2025DB. Let's click on next. It's for the service accounts now. I will leave it all default here. Okay. So in case if it is again going to be a development server or production server, you will have SQL service accounts, and that is something that you need to provide here. Yeah. In my case, it's a demo machine, so I'm fine with the default logins here. Okay. So I'll check this grant perform volume maintenance tasks. This is your enables the instant file initialization by avoiding zeroing on the data pages. Yeah, log files will still take time, but for databases, if you have this perform volume maintenance task privilege, then zeroing will not take much time. Yeah. So collation, I will leave it as it is. Click on next, and then I will go with mixed mode authentication. I will add the current user. I will provide a password. Cool. So data directories, again, I'm going to go with the default values here because I just have C drive. If you guys have multiple drives, you must ensure like the system database is on a different drive. Your data file, log files are on a different drive, and also the backup files are on different drive. Yeah. GemDB, I will go with this default recommendation. It's going to create 8 files. Auto growth would be like 64 MB. Yeah. So you guys can change it as per your requirements. But for me, this looks good. Max drop, I have close to 16 processors. and my max drop is set to 8. I'm fine with that. Memory, I will go with the recommended, yeah. So I have a 64 GB machine, so I will go with 47, that is close to 47 GB. Yeah, I will do this. Click here to accept the recommended memory configuration, and then file stream. If you want, you can enable it. I'm not going to enable that. Yeah, click on next, and then click on install. It's gonna take some time. So what I'll do is like I will pause this video. Once it completes or fails, I will resume the video back and then we'll take it from there. Cool. So the SQL installation completed fine. Yeah. If you see here, installation is successful. So let's click on close. Yep. And then what you need to do is like you can click on this particular option here, install SQL Server Management Tools, and that will take you to this particular page here, okay, to install SQL Server Management Studio. So what you can do, you can download the latest Management Studio, which is version 22. So you can click on that, it gets downloaded, and then you just need to install it, okay. So I've already installed it, so let me open that and then log into my SQL Server instance that I installed now. Okay, so have the Management Studio here. So let me connect using SA account. Yep, let's click on connect. Then if you see here, we are connected to it. You don't have any database. Let me create a new database called JBDB. Cool. That's it for this video. In our upcoming videos, we will discuss about new features as far as SQL Server 2025 is concerned. Yeah? Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.